you are mad, there's about an 80% chance you will make a mistake and you'll get exactly what you do not want. Isn't that right? Everybody's talking about voting now. All of us have done it. So, I try to be good for Pennsylvania. I try to be good for this part of Pennsylvania. And I think it's important in making a hiring decision to look at the facts. Well, first of all, this guy's been good for this congressional race. I mean, remember we had all those floods a couple years ago? Because of what Paul Kanjorski did with the Wyoming Valley Lake Project, you saved $1 billion in damage that would have been done if they did. New Orleans and the levees and the canal with those metal gates, and that gate had broken. 90% of the damage done in Hurricane Katrina would not have been done to New Orleans. This is a huge deal. You know, this is not like baseball. Very often you don't get credit for saves, but here's one where you ought to give them credit for a save. We had an Army depot, 5,000 jobs, your biggest employer. It would have been a body blow in this horrible economy. He saved it. Now, he's working to get you 1,000 jobs up here to establish a training center for people who provide diplomatic security. And for reasons I don't quite understand, his opponents against how anybody can be against 1,000 jobs in this environment, I don't know. But, you know, you remember when our embassies were bombed 12 years ago, a lot of people were killed? We have to have more diplomatic security now, both when people come from other countries here and when our people go other places. And you got to train people to do it. And so they're going to pick a training center. And, you know, I don't have any influence anymore, but I do vaguely know the person who has something about to do with diplomatic security. If I were you, I'd play the odds. I think it's far more likely that you'll get it with a congressman who wants it than that you'll get it with a congressman who doesn't. Really good bids. They'll all be competitive. You may or may not get it. But if you have a congressman who doesn't want it, it's easy to mark you off the list and make it simple. When I was president, Paul Kanjorski was the principal author of the New Markets Tax Initiative and improvements to it, which got a bunch of investment up here in Northeast Pennsylvania. It essentially said, we were creating these big empowerment zones in the urban areas and some in the highest unemployment rural areas like Appalachia, Mississippi Delta, and South Texas. And so Paul and I worked together to come up with this idea to give some extra incentive for people to invest in any area, small towns in rural America that had an unemployment rate above the national average or per capita income below the national average. Just in small town America, that bill that he sponsored has led to $19.5 billion in new investment all across this country.